All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahweh Shah. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, we are going to get into the migrant uh, topic. People are asking questions about how and why, and the media tends to help rewrite history and recreate illusions and direct a narrative towards a certain talking point, when in reality is basically, you know, a literal paid agenda. So with that being said, let's get into this information. What's behind the influx of migrants crossing the U.S. southern border? So this is what PBS. This is a old article that is still dated because of the constant flow of people coming in from everywhere. It's not just Venezuelans, um, Honduras, Hondurans. It's a little bit of everybody. So let's see. A small town on the Texas border declares a state of emergency as tens of thousands of migrants cross the border. The Biden administration grants protection to nearly 500,000 Venezuelans in the country, giving them the ability to work. No duh, that's the whole purpose. It's literally that, like, I don't even have to read anymore. So I'm gonna just scroll down because, like, because this is just a whole um, federal government point scheme, or not point scheme, but like a attendance algorithm type of setup. So what they are doing is trying to get as many people as they could find to come to America, legally, illegally, asylum, criminal, whatever. It doesn't matter. They want to have um, an influx in the population because they need excuses to print more money. They need excuses to have higher taxes. They need excuses to claim that job creation is happening, when in reality it's a collapse of like a lot of job markets. So you pushing people into like a freelance market. You pushing people into private sector markets to where um, they could be doing business with Bitcoin. They could be doing business with cash only, to where taxes are not accounted for. The irony is those cash markets and those Bitcoin markets are something that the government want full and total access to, and um, they are looking at the various algorithms. That's why they have the Fed Now app. But like people are still using MoneyGram in Western Union to send money back home. So that's the major issue. So it's a trade off. So with that being a trade off, the U.S. want their money. They want their money. They want everything that they think have coming to them. So they are letting this happen on purpose because this American government is a tax-based government. So people are gonna pay taxes no matter what, legal or illegal. You're gonna pay taxes, and then they're gonna put like heavy restraints. So the irony is like a lot of people that are coming in undocumented, you think you left your identity or whatever back in your home country, but once you get this new identity or whatever you think you're gonna get, it's a tracking system. It's a system that's gonna, find you. Like all this stuff is not for free, and that's the irony. So we pull out of this. I think I'm gonna get into some DNA information later on in this video. That's why the map is there, and this is the main thought of this video. So for people that have been waiting for Agenda 21 to um, take over the USA, Canada, and other places, well, it already has. It's just, the layers and the rollouts are, slowly coming around. So this is still a thing. So I don't know how many people know about this layout. It's a sustainability structure, and this is just to create a banking system off of taxes via carbon taxes and other value added taxes, just to tax everybody into financial slavery. So that was the whole purpose of this. And so you have a treaty like set up to where a lot of countries came together to agree to a process of eliminating certain things to better the planet, which in irony and what's the word? The irony and the switch or offset of all these regulations and rules and laws that nobody government body or elected official government body has have the chance to vote on it or let people vote on it. So this is just somebody think tank, somebody NGO, somebody elite multinational corporation implementation of what's next to control people. So this is also a part of a depopulation strategy. So they want less people on the planet. And I'm just scrolling through. I'm not gonna read this because sometimes this stuff tends to irritates me, and I go into a rant. So we're not gonna do that. But I tell you some of my stories that's close to a rant. So I remember when I entered into the critical thinking um, realm, and I was watching all these videos on Agenda 21, and a lot of the stuff was already happening, like gentrification, you know, moving, you know, a lot of white people back into urban neighborhoods, inner cities, because like white people often was dealing with suburbs in small towns outside of major cities, and they let a lot of Hispanic and Asian and um, African American um, groups of people take over the urban areas, and the other people would tend to come into the urban areas for work or businesses. Other than that, a lot of people would sprawl out, basically live outside of downtown or midtown areas. So in Houston, it's always, Houston is very diverse, big city, but it's like the opposite. Like Houston have a lot of cheaper developments outside the city. Houston have like a lot of cheap community houses and property outside of the city limits and outside of the loops. So a lot of um, people that are native to Houston, people that are native to Texas, people from out of state, out of country. When you live in Houston, you tend to live out of the city limits, very cheap to live in a house, rent a house, or to buy a house outside of the city limits. Inside the city limits, a lot of stuff becomes more expensive. So Houston tend to have like the reversal, but Houston do have like the whole core basic layout of Agenda 21, and in the urban areas, what they want in this format of Agenda 21. They want to make it easier to control people movements. And if you are moving, they want to know where and how they want to tax your movement. So it's a process of um, trying to break down the population. Either you're gonna pay us taxes with your vehicle and insurance, or you're gonna pay us taxes with your living arrangement. So the living arrangement is a lot of these buildings, like new luxury condos and high rises, workspace, like these new work buildings. A lot of these places are purposely um, building towards development structures with living rentals. You know, maybe you could buy your condo or your high rise unit, but it's also geared towards rental leases and stuff. And they do this on purpose, and it's all towards this Agenda 21. And they knew that they had people that would fall in love with this format, because a lot of times it's business suites. You have executive suites that um, companies and corporations lease out, period. So they won't have to worry about a hotel. They could just do a whole floor. They could do a write off on that and be done with it. So, um, Houston has a lot of rental luxury high-rise units and suites, and even for residential uses versus commercial, all of them are pretty much similar, just different price structures for luxury apartments and amenities and stuff. So a lot of these new developments have stores, retail spaces. They make it convenient for you not to use your vehicle, even though you do have parking garages and stuff in the unit. And if not, parking space, of course. They're not gonna just make you do away with your right to, not your right, but your privilege to own a car and to drive. But they make it like hard, like here in Houston, even if you don't live in a luxury apartment unit or high rise or condo, townhome, and regular apartments now, they tie your parking to your bill. So if you are late on your parking, I mean, not your parking, but your rent, they are now towing your cars. I don't know if it's for everybody, but I know a couple apartments in the Galleria area that do that now. They make you get reserved parking, and they basically let you know that if you're late on your rent, your car, your truck, your van, motorcycle, whatever, is gonna be towed. So it's not like you're gonna easily escape from any of this at any level of financial status. So a lot of the people moving into this country is geared towards that whole mindset of tracking people, letting people come in on purpose, because in this doctrine of Agenda 21, borders don't exist. So they want people to flood countries, either here in the US or overseas. um, African people going into Europe, uh, Asian people going into Africa. They love what is happening to the layout of the geopolitics, because like it's hard to argue about sovereignty and whatever now, because you are dealing with other people's citizenships and other people residents and other people illegal uh, immigrants or migrants or whatever, or legal people. You're a country that's basically trying to figure out who you're gonna cater to. And most of the time, due to due to due to this doctrine, if I can speak right, this doctrine is letting people monetize people to come. This is a bank wet dream. Like they will definitely give all these people whatever amount of money for loans, period. Because FIDIC and IMF and the World Bank is okay with this. This they are okay with. You as a sovereign country defaulting on your GDP and all the other stuff that you tend to want for your um, sovereign wealth fund, that can't happen. But you wanting people to flood your country, to develop it, and to do whatever you think is right for the country at other people's expense, hey, it's okay. So Agenda 21 is not going anywhere. It never took a break. It always is evolving into something, you know, what we're going to say, evolving into something different and uh, different and deadly. I guess deadly is the word. I wanted to use something more rated PG, but yeah, deadly is a thing because they're making places lack or lose the ability to be sustainable with resources. So we move from that to the sidekick of Agenda 21. This, I remember seeing the video of the coin, of the Amero coin, and about this whole plot to unify the Americas, mostly North America. And this is a thing because America cash option is in Mexico. America banking interest and gold um, support lifeline is in Canada. America is just a military threat and force. It is a mercenary force. It's not our um, country uh, defense system or defense arm. It's other countries, banks, off the grid network. It's their um, mercenary force. So that's why the U.S. planted all those cartels in Mexico. That's why the U.S. planted Al Qaeda and ISIL cells in Africa and other Asian countries. Notice those cells are not in Israel. Those cells are often not in Germany, often not in Luxembourg, Switzerland. You know, they are in certain parts of Europe as a real threat, but not in certain parts of Europe that you go, how come with the way they are geared towards capitalism and Christianity, why aren't these groups are not in those countries? It's because it's a US backed various, European countries and Israel based countries um, special op group. So a lot of this is just dealing with a banking cartel. Everything, the ISIS stuff, the drug cartels, the monetary funds. It's just a cartel. Um, Families, multinational companies defense contractors, all those are a part of the scam of Agenda 21. The irony is um, they use all this as a cover. So the cover is to keep people away from the information about who's who, because besides the doomsday clock for the United States, a lot of these people groups have a doomsday clock on a lot of things that they've been doing as a alliance, as a coalition, treaties, partnerships with the G7, G whatever. A lot of those groups are, aspiring, and they are aspiring because of the lack of resources. Not just that, but Bible prophecy is, making them accelerate certain things and events that they want control of, but they just don't have control of. Like what's happening now with the wars and rumors of wars is basically out of everybody control. It started, and they're thinking about how they're going to use the term peace to get over or to buy time for whatever they want to do. So whenever you hear peace, it just, like penalty time. They're just trying to add time to the clock that they don't have time on. And it's like, we're going to do a peace. We are doing peace talks. Every time you hear that, they're trying to buy time. And time, you can't buy time. We age. Everybody wastes time. Time, you just can't go back with time. And that's what CERN and a lot of the technology is geared towards. It's not geared towards life extension. Everybody want, time, period. It's geared towards, hey, is there really a multiverse? Can we do this? Can we do that with time? They want time back because judgment. A lot of these people are going to be judged. So in the Americas, they have, let's see, all these people. So all these people are the people that are so-called Native Americans. This territory, these countries, these continents, they belong to these people. So you have the C, the Q, the R1, B. So the irony is, most of the government of all these countries are dealing with European people. Mostly that R1B. So the irony is, when people are getting mad at a lot of the migrants moving into United States or Canada, they really shouldn't be angry at these people, because most of these people are closely related to those people. Most of those people are native to the whole layout and relatives to Asia and Europe. So they should deal with a lot of the problems better than what they are dealing with, considering that all these people are, your beloved lost relative, long lost relative. So most of the people are dealing with Q. So those are a lot of these Japhetic people from Asia that relocated to the Americas that are dealing with a lot of the Hispanic and Latino population. So me, I personally don't really care. I tend to welcome all these people here because, again, all these people were here before my ancestry came over on the slave trade or in the slave trade. So it's like, yeah, it's whatever because this is not my home. This is not um, a place to where I should look at it being a refuge for other people. Like America is like a dangerous place, so it's not like they're trying to look for like some type of safety. Like it's like the only way we're gonna be safe in America is if we had a true valid election with like multiple parties instead of two parties. Other than that, America been bought and sold and kept via other countries, other banks for a long time. So America is not the safest place to come to. We have like a big target for, or not a target for, but a magnet for nukes. So whenever y'all think y'all have it had, whenever y'all had think y'all have had enough of America, yeah, you might want to just leave because like that's probably your conscience telling you that something bad is gonna happen, and you won't be able to leave the U.S. at all. But yeah, I'm shocked that a lot of people are just flooding here, not from Central or South America, but from like West Africa and Asia and even Europe. Yeah, because a lot of those countries are gonna like be a part of the coalition to send nuclear capability weapons over to the U.S. So yeah, you might want to rethink where you're hiding. So I wonder if they have on the Mero. I want to see if they wrong one. I want to see if they have the coin. Let's see if I could go to images. No, there's a coin. Let me see if I can find the coin. Mero coin. And there you go. So a lot of this, um, a lot of those politicians, they have to go along with the plan because like their families are already taken care of for life, and that's as long as their society lasts. So um, and it also depends on whose side they um, are on, either Western or Eastern, because like all these empires are gonna collapse soon. So it's not like they have a lot more time. They just have like a limited amount of time that they are constantly talking about peace to buy more time, when in reality, yeah, it is done. Time is up. We're just waiting for all the tension, the blood pressure, the overstepping the red lines, the wordplay, all the propaganda. We are waiting for all that to get lost in translation, and somebody forget to take the vitamins. Somebody forgot to do a full night's sleep. Somebody forgot to keep their eye on the security cam, and boom, we have uh, a perfect storm of chaos and destruction for a long time. And I say it because, a lot of people don't understand, a purge. A lot of people don't understand a famine. A lot of people don't understand a conflict versus a war. We are going to see all those things. We're going to see um, bad diseases and viruses. We're going to see probably even zombies. We're going to probably see multiple tactical nuclear events along with depleted uranium and dirty uranium events. We're going to see probably a major nuclear event. So we need to just be prepared and be ready. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody in this video. And this is that corporate of everybody moving to the United States. It's not because the jobs are being advertised and George Soros. George Soros is the poster child and the media face of, what everybody think is going on, but there's hundreds and thousands of people behind the scene pulling off this scam. Just carbon taxes and purposely making resources limited. And you do that by forcing people to relocate. And when they relocate, you buy up their land. And they think they're going to send money back. And it's going to be harder for them to send money back. But when they send money back, a lot of the resources and the payment system going to be taxed on the other end. And their relatives in the other countries, they're going to be taxed out of those areas of the cities that you thought you had property, they have property in. They're going to be relocated into urban areas. And these urban areas are going to be similar to luxury, commercial, residential, high-rise facilities. And it's nothing new. It's just the reinvention of the projects. So, and if you think you're going to live in the country, same thing. You're going to pay more toll roads, checkpoints. Your county is going to tax you more because of the waste and trash and water service. So this is the purpose of that the moving of people, not just here in the Americas, but Asian people to Africa, African people into Europe. Um, the irony is, Russia, they are, promoting for people to relocate to Russia, especially Americans. They want Americans, like they have that village to where they want Americans to relocate because of this and because of other reasons, especially African Americans. They want them there. But as always, I would advise everybody to look into all that stuff and to think twice about going to Russia, because Russia and China are going to be the people that implement the rest of this stuff dealing with the mark of the beast. So, yeah, you want to be careful with going to Russia and China. So, with that being said, I want to say once again, as always, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Thank y'all once again for the views. Thank y'all once again for the comments. Feel free to leave a comment and I shall reply to it according to, I did that backwards. I will apply to the comment if it's a great comment via video and or comment. And make sure the comment is according to community guidelines, please. So with that being said, thank y'all once again. Peace.